The main area, here, is where you'll spend most of your time, and is divided up into sections. Head null, for the null layer that controls the entire rig, left-right animation, up-down animation, and head controller, for the null layer that controls the head turn animation. There's also a tools section, which are covered in the advanced video. Use this panel to create your head null, and parent layers to it. The head null is the master controller. When the head null moves, the entire head rig moves. When a head null is loaded in the panel, its name will display here. You can click here to select it. Use this panel to set your left-right keyframes. Once keyframes are set, this slider controls them. If you want to see your left-right play out in time, click the keyframe button. This button connects or disconnects the left-right animation from the head controller, but it only works after you've created the head controller, and we haven't gotten to that part yet. The top part of the up-down panel operates exactly like the left-right panel. You use this button to set your up-down keyframes, the slider to control them, the keyframe button to see them play out in time, and the rig button to control their connection to the head controller. The bottom part of the panel, you can create an up-down null. If I have these layers selected and I click create an up-down null, it creates a null right where they are and parents them to it. I can then use the null to keyframe an up-down. If I have multiple up-down nulls in my composition, I can shift-click this button and it'll select all of them. I can also convert an up-down null to a motion path null. More information about that's covered in the advanced video. You use this panel to build and modify your head controller, which controls your head rig animation. When you first create one, you're going to have to set its boundaries, which are the areas around the head that it moves. Once the boundaries are set, click rig to rig the head controller. Now when you move it, it animates your head turn. If you go back to the left, right, or up, down panels, the rig buttons connect or disconnect the left, right, and up, downs from the head controller. If you want to reset your boundaries, click the reset button to start over. At the top left of the panel, just above the main area, is the name section. Giving your rig a name is totally optional. To give it one, click the name button and enter a name. If you do this before you create a head null or a head controller, the name will be added to them. If you want to manually add the name to a layer later, select the layer and shift-click the name button. For more complex renaming, check out the renaming tools in the advanced video. The time section allows you to quickly jump between your start, middle, and end times. The defaults are 0, 10, and 20 frames. If you want to change your rig times, click the time button and enter an end time. It has to be an odd number. The refresh button allows you to refresh the panel. For instance, if you change the name of the head null or the head controller, click refresh to update it in the panel. If you want to clear your panel, hold shift and click refresh. This button allows you to load head rigs created with this script into the panel. That way you can tweak them, change them, duplicate them, copy them, whatever you want. All you have to do is select a head null or head controller and click the button. This button toggles the help buttons, which are available on every panel. Click it to turn them on, and then if you have questions, you can click any of them to find out more about the panel. Click it again to turn them off. This button opens the settings panel. At the top of the settings panel, you can change the limiter, which is a character after the name. You can also change the default layer colors for the head null, head controller, and up-down nulls. You can also hide all the help tips, which show up when you hover over a button, or hide the advanced settings. You can also choose a smaller logo for a more compact look. The settings panel also includes links to the user manual and the script's website.